Top 19 Mysterious Things Found in Caves Around the World. Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Top 19 Mysterious Things Found in Caves Around the World. So make sure to watch the full video. Theater of Bones. French police notes from Dungeon Paris Catacombs is infamous for being one of the largest ossuaries on the planet. Over 6 million skeletons rest in a labyrinth of tunnels, and the darkness doesn't stop there. The site has become a mecca for paranormal investigators and a center for criminal activity. One such crime was solved by French police in 2004, but the chances of them foreseeing it are zero. Catacombs trespassers are common, but most will take pictures and leave. In 2004, police discovered that several intruders had made some of their homes because they had spent too much time in the catacombs. What house would be complete without a restaurant and cinema? The Guardian said police found an underground amphitheater with rock-cut terraces and seating and an informal restaurant and bar. Behind the bar were tables and chairs that were pressure cookers for making couscous. They said it was all powered by a professionally installed electrical system and had at least 3 phone lines. A shocking discovery, of course, in the middle of a huge forbidden graveyard. 19. Tutankhamun's tomb. Egyptologist Howard Carter unearthed the tomb of the pharaoh Tutankhamun in 1922 during excavations in the Valley of the Kings. The densely populated archaeological find took 8 years to document and was excavated several times before falling into disarray and dilapidation. Robbery. 18. Borobudur. Indonesian locals led Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, the ruler of Java, England, in 1814 to visit the ruins of Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple. Buddha statue. Still a Buddhist pilgrimage site, the archaeological site reflects Indonesia's combination of the local landscape and Indian influences. 17. The lost city of Tania. Greek archaeologist Eleni Korka finally discovered the lost city of Tania in 2018, and according to ArtNet, the 34-year search for the city founded by the Trojans is over. Since then, archaeologists have unearthed as many as 200 coins from the site, attesting to the city's immense wealth mentioned in ancient texts. 16. Pompeii. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, it sheltered the Roman city of Pompeii, with the last moments of its hapless inhabitants, under about 20 feet of pumice and ash. This archaeological site containing a fresco house was discovered by the architect Domenico Fontana more than 1,400 years later. Now a popular tourist destination, the archaeological site of Pompeii provides insight into the cultural, religious, and political life of this ancient city. 15. The door to hell, Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan. A woman stands at the end of the door to hell. It was set on fire by geologists to stop the spread of methane gas, and it has been on fire ever since. 14. Fly Geyser, Nevada. Hot water erupts from the flying geysers in Nevada. 13. Fingal's Cave, Scotland. The cave, famous for its natural acoustics, was formed due to contraction and fracturing due to differential heating and cooling on the surfaces of solidified lava. 12. Zhangye Dansha Landform, China. The colored mountains were formed due to the natural weathering and erosion of the red sandstone and conglomerate laid down by sedimentation from lakes and streams in the region. 11. Skaftafell, Iceland. The ice caves at Skaftafell are only found in winter when the glacier river retracts and the water freezes. 10. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. The Slot Canyon was formed by the erosion of Navajo sandstone due to flash flooding and subaerial processes. 9. Upper Kanara Falls, Canaryville, Utah. It is a perfectly multi-hued, twisting and turning slot canyon. It was formed due to the flowing water bodies and subaerial processes. 8. The Hobbit. The Hobbit story. The origin of Homo floresiensis. In 2003, in the Liang Bua caves of Flores, Indonesia, a team of archaeologists discovered several unexplained human remains. The bone was that of an adult, and although this adult was a close relative of our Homo sapiens, it was only about 3.5 feet tall. Unsurprisingly, they quickly earned the nickname hobbits. This discovery shocked the scientific community. Extinct humans were smaller than ever, less than a foot shorter than the smallest African pygmies. Unsurprisingly, many anthropologists assumed that the skeleton simply suffered from a disease that caused it to be short in stature. However, recent studies have shown conclusively the opposite. Hobbits, real name Homo floresiensis, were otherwise normal, healthy, polite, and intelligent people. They happened to be the size of hobbits. 7. Confused giant bones. Pangxian Dadong caves. While we are talking about ancient bones, other caves have become famous for the exact opposite reason. The Panxian Dadong cave contains a staggeringly huge treasure trove of bones. Archaeologists exploring one of the Pangxian Dadong caves in southern China have uncovered the bones of more than 40 ancient mammals, most of which were pack animals and herbivores. The problem was that the cave was at an altitude of 1,600 feet above sea level and at only sheer cliffs to the entrance. Among the hundreds of bones was an ancient rhino, an elephant like Stegodon, and even a Bigfoot like Gigantopithecus. Many show signs of human manipulation, such as burning and cutting, suggesting that ancient humans were responsible for the warehouses, but questions remain: how did our ancestors bring animals there? 6. A witch's ghost. Though it began as a throwaway Reddit post from a couple of anonymous hikers, the story of the crone of the Catskills grew into an enduring modern mystery. In 2016, the hikers were exploring caves in New York's Catskill Mountains range when they stumbled upon an eerie effigy. In its alcove was a small wooden statue of a woman with a noose hanging from her neck and nails hammered into her eyes. Though one hiker protested taking it, the other brought the cursed item home. As the original poster put it, the statue keeps moving from its spot. His friend can't sleep. They donated the object to the Occult Museum, and it gets the story here. 5. Crystallized human sacrifice. Ancient Maya sacrifice cave in Belize. Rare footage. One strange rock Actun Tunical Muknal is a major archaeological site in Belize with many Mayan artifacts. The most famous find made within the walls is implied by its translated name, Crystal Tomb Cave. No, Indiana Jones, stay away. The cave was a site of ritual sacrifice. His vertebrae are smashed, and it's hypothesized that he died slowly and painfully, his suffering preserved forever. Calcium crystals have completely covered his bones, making him look almost like the world's most gruesome snow sculpture. 4. A new Dead Sea Scroll and a time traveler. Instead, it consists of thousands of ever-opening scroll fragments. Archaeologists have been looking for fragments since the 1940s, and more recently, in 2021, new fragments were discovered in Israel's Cave of Horrors. The cave got its nickname when the bodies of 40 Jews were found here in the 1960s. Researchers concluded that Roman soldiers killed them in the 2nd century. Researchers revisiting the cave in 2021 found dozens of new pieces of Dead Sea Scrolls mysteriously buried next to the mummy remains of a young 6,000-year-old girl. 3. Skull Bowl. Gough Cave. Cannibalism and Skull Bowl at the Museum of Natural History. Gough Cave is a large cave system in Somerset, England, famous for containing the Cheddar Man, the oldest complete human skeleton found in the UK. Also in the caves are stored darker remains. These are ancient people, including children whose skulls have been turned into drinking glasses. Several human bones were found with cut marks suggestive of cannibalism, which is surprisingly common on bones of the time, but the Skull Bowl freaks people out. 5 to 7 skull fragments turned into drinking glasses were found. One of them died when he was 3 years old. 2. Rainforest. Incredible drone video of the world's largest cave. MSNBC. For a quick break from the darker objects found in the cave, consider Sun Dong Cave in Vietnam, home to the world's largest cave chamber. The cave is so large it has its rainforest within its stone walls. After Eden itself, the rainforest has been nicknamed the Garden of Eden, and it's easy to see why the garden is not a collection of cave moss, but a real tropical forest. Trees hundreds of feet tall grow out of the cave. Complete ecosystems thrive among the trees, including birds and monkeys. The opening of the gardens was a shock, completely accidental, but the best. 1. A 100-year-old axe murderer. With a headless torso fleeing a cave. Identified as a bootlegger, Joseph Henry Lovelace was a career criminal. In 1916 he was imprisoned by the authorities for murdering his wife Agnes with an axe. Lovelace escaped from prison using a small saw he hid in his shoe and was never seen again. He's not alive, at least. Lovelace's rediscovery has been winding and lengthy. In 1979, the family found an unidentified body decapitated and rotting in burlap in a cave in Buffalo, Idaho. 12 years later, in 1991, a matching arm was found, sparking a search for the missing leg and one arm. 18 years later, the body was DNA tested, and suggested it might be the long-lost Dislike. Lovelace's grandson, now 87, contributed DNA to improve results. The brutally mutilated body is none other than escaped murder suspect Joseph Henry Lovelace, finally identified 103 years after he was last seen alive. Details of his death are still unknown, but some speculate that Agnes' family discovered Lovelace and retaliated. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.